The South China Sea is a crucial waterway. Its importance extends beyond regional interests. It's a global flashpoint with significant implications for international trade, security, and diplomacy. This contested maritime space hosts a complex web of overlapping claims, historical grievances, and strategic maneuvering. It draws in major powers and smaller Southeast Asian nations, all vying for control and influence. The disputes in the South China Sea are not merely about territorial sovereignty. They represent a microcosm of broader geopolitical shifts, economic competition, and the evolving balance of power in the Asia-Pacific region. Understanding the dynamics of this conflict is essential for comprehending the intricacies of global politics. This essay seeks to dissect the multifaceted South China Sea dispute. It will explore the historical background, analyze the key players, and examine the economic and strategic stakes involved. The essay will also consider potential resolutions and the implications for the future. This exploration aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of a region that continues to shape the global landscape. The South China Sea, a marginal sea of the Western Pacific Ocean, encompasses a vast area of approximately 3.5 million square kilometers. It is home to a complex network of islands, reefs, shoals, and other maritime features. This complex geography sets the stage for overlapping claims and territorial disputes. Geopolitically, the South China Sea is situated in a strategic location. It serves as a vital maritime route connecting the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Major shipping lanes carrying a significant portion of global trade pass through its waters. This makes the South China Sea a crucial artery of the global economy. The region surrounding the South China Sea is also home to several emerging economies. These include China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia. The rapid economic growth of these nations intensifies competition for resources and influence in the region. This adds another layer of complexity to the South China Sea dispute. The roots of the South China Sea dispute lie in the long and intricate history of the region. Overlapping claims to islands, reefs, and maritime zones stem from historical records, ancient maps, and traditional fishing practices. These claims often lack clear legal basis and are subject to differing interpretations. China's claim, encapsulated in its 9-dash line, encompasses a vast portion of the South China Sea. This claim, based on historical maps and records, is contested by other nations. Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei all have their own claims, often based on the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. These conflicting claims have led to numerous diplomatic standoffs, legal challenges, and occasional military posturing. The lack of a clear resolution mechanism and the differing interpretations of historical evidence continue to fuel tensions in the region. Beyond territorial sovereignty, the South China Sea holds immense economic importance. The region is rich in natural resources, including vast reserves of oil and natural gas. Estimates suggest that the seabed holds trillions of dollars worth of untapped energy resources. The fisheries of the South China Sea are also a vital source of livelihood for millions of people in the region. Overfishing and environmental degradation pose a significant threat to the sustainability of these fisheries, and this further complicates the management of resources in the disputed waters. The South China Sea's economic significance extends beyond its natural resources. The sea lanes traversing this area carry a significant portion of global trade, including energy shipments, consumer goods, and raw materials. Disruptions to these shipping routes would have far-reaching consequences for the global economy. The strategic importance of the South China Sea is intertwined with its economic significance. Control over this maritime space provides significant military advantages, including control of vital shipping lanes and access to valuable resources. China's increasing military presence in the South China Sea, including the construction of artificial islands and the deployment of naval assets, has raised concerns among other nations. This buildup is seen as a move to assert dominance and control over the region. Other nations, including the United States, have responded by conducting freedom of navigation operations and increasing military cooperation with regional partners. This has led to a delicate balance of power in the region with the potential for miscalculation and escalation. China, with its growing economic and military might, has emerged as the most assertive player in the South China Sea dispute. Its expansive nine-line claim and its island-building activities have drawn strong reactions from neighboring countries. Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei have all pushed back against China's claims. They have engaged in diplomatic efforts, legal challenges, and strengthened their own military capabilities to safeguard their interests. The United States, while not a claimant in the South China Sea, has a significant stake in the region's stability. It has conducted freedom of navigation operations and provided military support to regional partners. This involvement is part of a broader strategy to counter China's growing influence in the Asia-Pacific. The South China Sea dispute has drawn international attention and concern. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, has played a key role in trying to manage the disputes and promote dialogue among the claimant states. The United Nations has also been involved, primarily through the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea, known as ITLOS. In 2016, ITLOS ruled in favor of the Philippines in a case against China, invalidating the legal basis of the nine-line. However, China has rejected this ruling. The G7 and other international organizations have expressed concerns about the situation in the South China Sea. They have called for peaceful resolution of disputes, respect for international law, and freedom of navigation. Finding a lasting resolution to the South China Sea dispute remains a complex challenge. The entrenched positions of the claimant states, the lack of a clear legal framework, and the involvement of external powers make a comprehensive solution elusive. One potential path to resolution is through bilateral negotiations between China and individual claimant states. However, these negotiations have often been fraught with difficulties, with little progress made in resolving the fundamental disagreements. Another approach is through multilateral mechanisms such as ASEAN-led dialogues or a binding code of conduct for the South China Sea. However, these efforts have also faced challenges, with China often resisting binding agreements. Some experts suggest that a grand bargain involving concessions from all sides might be necessary to achieve lasting peace. This could involve joint development of resources, shared fishing rights, and a demilitarized zone around disputed areas. The trajectory of the South China Sea dispute has significant implications for the future of the Asia-Pacific region. The ongoing tensions have the potential to escalate into conflict, disrupting trade, undermining regional stability, and drawing in external powers. The dispute also has implications for the rules-based international order. China's rejection of the ITLOS ruling and its assertive actions challenge the established norms of international law and dispute resolution. The outcome of the South China Sea dispute will likely shape the regional balance of power and influence the future of US-China relations. It will also have implications for freedom of navigation, access to resources, and the economic development of Southeast Asian nations. The South China Sea dispute is a microcosm of the complex geopolitical dynamics shaping the 21st century. It highlights the challenges of managing competing claims, the importance of international law, and the potential for conflict in a multipolar world. Understanding the intricacies of this dispute is essential for comprehending the broader trends shaping global politics, economics, and security. The South China Sea will continue to be a focal point of global attention, a testing ground for international relations, and a barometer of regional stability. As the world grapples with the challenges of a changing global order, the South China Sea stands as a stark reminder of the importance of dialogue, diplomacy, and a commitment to peaceful resolution of disputes. The future of this vital waterway will depend on the choices made by the key players, the effectiveness of international institutions, and the wisdom of global leadership.